Hello, welcome back. I have been receiving a lot of requests on the Analytical Designer. So what I've done today is a proof of concept. All you need to do is go to the menu, click Create Analytical Application. Then the canvas, we will have a canvas. This is my designer. So this is my design panel. So what I've done today is like added a chart. So this chart is something what I've done here is like I have taken as an indicator. We have different types of charts, so I've taken as an indicator here. Then I have added a couple of drop down back boxes, as you can see. Add those boxes into the layout. Then again this is my table, so I have added a table from the designer into my layout. Then again you can see here I have added another chart, added it into for a bar chart process, which can display the discounts and gross sales. Now all you need to do is basically what we wanted to achieve is adding a filter. So I have added a filter. The filter would controlled by the drivers. So that is from the tabular layout. This is passing the filters as a driver. So if you see the filter, you can see I've given the source wedge as table 1. So that is the control of the table 1 is passed as a driver to my filter. So basically what is happening is whatever the table gets updated, that is your location or the gross margin or discounts, that gets added to the filter. Then what I would like to do is I've added 2 more drop down boxes. One is for my measure and the other one is for my location and changing the dimensionalities. I want to because the model itself has different dimensionalities. For example, it has got stores, location, products and sales. So this is my underlining model. So what I want to do is I want to drive this by different dimensionalities. So what I've done is I've added a drop down box, also added my IDs, because this ID what we have done here is like it's a replication of the ID of my data model. So all you need to do is copy the IDs of the data model and because to the ID column here. The text is an optional. You can have your own text. That's not an issue there. Then you have I've added some text notes for the layout. So what I'm going to do is based on the selection, because this requires the skills of a JavaScript. In SAC it could be a new concept, but using this scripting has always been there in Lumira and other tools where we used to add the JavaScripting. So basically what is happening is like all of your components would have an event. which would trigger. So if you go to the event handlers, you would have different options like selection, on change, or different those are all the event triggers. On the event triggers, I've said okay, a variable has been created. This is what I've done is I've created as a variable, like variables cell, and what I'm trying to do is from the drop down box 2, I'm getting the source key. That means whatever the item which you have selected, that gets the ID of that has been picked up. For example, you're selecting the location, then location ID gets picked. The location 4NM gets picked up into the cell. And basically I'm returning this cell to a scripting variable, and the scripting variable is something you can add it from the editor here. I've created two scripting variables for the both for the boxes which we added, right, the drop down boxes which we have added. So what is happening is once we select from the drop down the location or the products, that gets stored in the variable cell, and I'm just passing this value into a script variable, that is my current dimension, and assigning this current dimension variable back into my table. So we had, as I showed you before, like we had two table layouts, which had these are the two drop downs. So basically I'm passing this variable what has been selected in this drop down to my charts. So the chart would get reflected based on the items which has been selected from this list box. Now I'm going to execute this piece of code, fingers crossed. Let me save this. So now you can see one is the filters here, which is going to be my one of my drivers. So you can see if I'm going to select a product, I can select Coca-Cola, then your product gets refreshed based on the selection. Then I'm going to select the gross margin. So this is where the scripting works. You can see here the values have been refreshed. Your table and the chart, the bar charts are getting refreshed based on the selection. And also you can see my indicator is getting populated based on the selection of the from the drop down box. Then I have my dimensionalities. This is where I was talking about we can select different dimensions. So we selected products, then you can see the product getting reflected back in my charts. I'm selecting location, the location gets reflected back. So this is an quite an niche area where have been requested by many people around So I've been receiving a lot of requests on this specific designer. So this is something a niche skill, nice to have in the SAC arena. I hope you enjoyed this demo. Stay tuned for my next one. Thank you.